Welcome back to Connor's Picks,
where we are going to take a deep dive on who we like in these 4 amazing games this weekend. Jay, are you excited?
Oh my gosh, I'm excited. We have 4 amazing games. We got 8 deserving teams. This ain't the NCAA. If you deserve to be here, you are here. And oh my gosh, every game is a marquee matchup where either team could walk away winning or losing.
So speaking of walking away winner or losing, let's jump right away to the first game. The Texans traveling to the Ravens in the elements. Right now, we're looking sportsbook wise. Baltimore is a 9.5 point favorite, right? With the over under being about 43.5. Who you got?
Well, to put it frankly, 43.5 points, I can see that being a hard over. But the 9.5 points Baltimore is putting on the table, that's too much. That is way too much. I see this game being close. I see this game being grimy. I see this game being, if the elements play a factor in it, I don't think that changes much. But at the same time, like the Texans can do everything the Ravens can do, just a little bit worse, because of the inexperience. I see this. I personally, I have the Texans winning this game and shocking the world. But even if you are picking the Ravens, there's no way that they win this game by more than 3 or 4 or 5 points. And you can quote me on that. And that line better move by the time kickoff starts, because that is so much disrespect on the generational first year for CJ Stroud and company. So, I have the Texans. You see it right here. I have the Texans. Who do you got?
I disagree with you because of the elements, and there's a chance for some snow. It's going to be cold.
Great game.
Right? The last 2 games the Texans played were where?
In a dome.
In a dome. Right?
All right.
Nothing to take away from that team. Now, that 9.5 does scare me. Okay? If I'm betting, which I will be, I'm throwing the points on the first half for Baltimore minus 5.5.
That's a good bet. But just to preface real quick, if you are going to bet, first off, be 21, let your brain develop a little bit before you start spending all that money. Second off, don't spend and don't bet more than you can afford to lose. All right. And I mean that. We're going to have a little link in the description and a number right here if you need help. And I know that's the first step, and that's the hardest step, is admitting. But if you need help because you don't know how to bet responsibly, there are people out there that will help you, and there are people out there that will get you right. And there's a number right here, and in the description, we'll have a link to those services as well. Just remember that, all right? Because I just want to look out for everybody. I'm sure you do too.
I appreciate it. But I don't go wrong. I may get it wrong, but I don't go wrong. I got the Ravens winning the game. I think it's closer than what the line is at 9.5.
Oh, yeah. That's my lock.
But I do have the Ravens winning only because they came into the postseason with momentum, even though they have some rest. I just think I go with the MVP in Lamar Jackson.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right?
I agree. He's going to be the MVP. If he's not, it's a highway robbery, because there's no one else that should be MVP but him.
Now, if the Texans win, I'm not going to fault the Ravens.
No.
I'm going to say good for the Texans.
Oh, yeah. If the Texans win, it'll be because the Texans were the better team on Saturday. If the Texans lose, it's because the Ravens are the better team on Saturday. That's just plain and simple. There's nothing to discuss after that.
All right. So let's move on to the second game.
On Saturday.
And we're going to talk about the Packers traveling to California,
Santa Clara,
to play in Levi's Stadium. The 49ers, right, where that game is also 49ers minus 9.5 with an over-under of 50.5. Okay.
I like the over-under.
Right. And the 49ers really haven't played a meaningful game in like 3 weeks. Who you got?
This is going to sound weird for the number 1 seed in the NFC. I think that they are probably the only team that, other than the Eagles, that limped into the playoffs. And I feel like their flaws can be exploited by a team like Green Bay. And if you look at recent history, the 49ers are kind of the Packers' kryptonite. They have Aaron Rodgers with a chance to go to 2 Super Bowls. Shuts him down, right? Is Jordan Love Aaron Rodgers' clone? No. But that also means that the 49ers probably aren't his kryptonite. I'm going Packers. I like the over-under. I would go under. I go under 50.5. I think this is like a 24-20 game. I don't think there's a lot of fireworks, but at the end it's going to get dicey. And oh my gosh, hammer Packers plus 9.5. Hammer that. They're like, the disrespect on the Packers and the Texans is crazy. Giving 9.5 points to the Packers and the Texans. Are you serious? I'm not going to put the house on it because I don't bet personally. Not who I am, but if I did, I'm putting the house on the Packers and the Texans. Parlay it. You know, those better be your first 2 legs and your only legs of that parlay because those are both going to hit.
All right. Hold on. The reason you ain't going to bet because you ain't able to bet. Okay? Technically, right? But secondly, I do agree with you.
Really?
I agree taking the points and the Packers. How do you look at it and go, they just went to Dallas and put up them points in a hostile environment? How are you going to say they can't do the same thing in San Francisco? I agree. But I got the 49ers.
Wow.
I got the 49ers winning this game only because I think they have too many options on offense. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game. I actually think the 50.5 is a good point because I think it's going to be right around that.
Yeah. It's going to be.
I don't think he's going to be low 40s. I think it's going to be closer to upper 40s or even low 50s.
Yeah, it's going to be right around 50. So that's a good over-under. I think it's going to be 24-20, something like that. So that would definitely be under 50.5. It could be 31-20 or it could be 28-25, which is also over 50.5. So it could go either way. That's a nice number.
I do agree with you. Hammer the Packers with the points, please. Yeah. You want to take home some scratch? That's what I would subscribe to.
Absolutely.
All right. So let's get into the games on Sunday.
I'm ready for this. I'm ready for these games.
I know you are, but I gotta hold you back a little bit because we're not gonna go into the first game on Sunday just yet.
Oh, we're gonna go back and then okay.
Oh yeah. So let's talk about the Chiefs traveling to Buffalo. Patrick Mahomes' first road playoff game, not including Super Bowls.
Yep.
The line's sitting at 2.5 Buffalo. Okay, Buffalo's favored.
Whoa, Buffalo's favored in that game?
With an over-under of 49.5. Where are you looking at?
Over 49.5. I would go over 49.5 because regardless of the elements, Buffalo's going to put points up. They showed that last week, right? And if they score 31 like they did last week, I get it's Pittsburgh. Great defense by Pittsburgh, by the way, even without some of their star players. Played some great football. If they can do that against the Chiefs and their suspect secondary, they could put 31 up. Who's to say that the Chiefs can't put 31 up? That's 62 right there. So I would go over. But Buffalo being favored in this game, I did not expect that because I'm going to go Buffalo. I thought it would probably be -1.5 for Kansas City or -0.5 point, -1, something like that. But I got to go Buffalo. I think this is the year Josh Allen slays his demon. This is a lot of slaying demons this year for a lot of teams. But I have to go Buffalo just out of good conscience, out of good faith, and out of my head and my heart being in the same place. I got to hammer Buffalo. What about you?
You had me at Buffalo. Because I got to apologize right now to Josh Allen because last week on episode 1, I called him Josh Golf.
Jared Goff, yeah.
I did call him Jared Goff, didn't I?
Yeah.
Mason Rudolph going against Jared Goff. Mm-hmm. And for that, I apologize. I just think Kansas City going on the road, I think they're going to get cute.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
right? They're going to get cute with the offense. I just like Buffalo at home, kind of getting some revenge, because I think Kansas City is playing with house money,
Yeah.
right? If they don't win, everyone's going to chalk it up to they didn't have receivers, no one to catch the ball. Kelsey's getting older, and it's sort of a free pass.
Yep.
For Buffalo,
The 4th year in a row. Not
they
getting past,
have to win this game. And I will tell you right now, I'm taking Buffalo laying the points of 2.5.
Yeah.
Right? I think they are going to win by probably a touchdown.
All right. Wow, you heard it here first, folks. We have Buffalo winning by a touchdown.
100%. But now let's move to the game that me and you will sleep through the rest, but make sure we're sitting in front of the TV to watch.
Oh, yeah.
We got Tampa Bay heading up to the Motor City
Motown.
to take on the feisty Detroit Lions that don't just have a defense,
Nope.
have offensive weapons. So who you got? Because right now, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, are getting 6.5 points, and the over-under is 49.5.
So if you parlay the Texans getting 9.5, with the Packers getting 9.5, with the Bucks getting 6.5, and the Bills, laying 2.5, put $100 on that. I would love to know what that comes out to, because that's the amount of money you're going to get if you place that bet right now. Because there is no way in heaven or hell the Bucks are losing this game by more than 7 points, by more than 6 points, by more than 5, 4, 3, 2, or 1. Because
So
we're
you're
not
picking the Lions.
No, we're not losing this game at all. But even if you go through all the simulations, there's no way that we lose this game by more than a field goal late or whatever like that. But I don't want to talk like that, because I don't want to bring bad juju in the air, because I have the Bucks. What's the over? The over is 49.5. I could see it going under 49.5, but we're not going to lose this game by a touchdown. And we're not going to lose this game at all. I have the Bucks in a close game, 23-20 type game. Enough said. I mean, the Lions are great. It's a great story. They've had a great run. Not the same old Lions. I will give them all of that credit. You're running into a dog in Baker Mayfield who will bite your kneecap off. No Dan Campbell. You walking in with Trey Palmer, who's going to wake up pissed off. You walking in with Mike Evans and Chris Godwin, who have championship pedigree, along with Levante David, Vita Vea, Devin White, Antoine Winfield. We have so many championship players on our team. Lions, just because they are the Lions, they don't have any. So the moment I feel like it's going to get too big, the crowd's probably going to get restless. We're going to shut them down, and we may not have control the entire game, but going into it late, our understanding of playoff football is going to come out, and their inexperience is going to come out. So I have to take the Bucks.
All right. I like it. I like it a lot. I will, I'm going to start off by saying I'm nervous.
That's not good.
I'm nervous, and I'm going to tell you why, right? We ain't playing a team that only has one receiver.
Yeah.
We ain't playing a team that only has one offensive weapon.
Yeah.
Right? We won the game last week 32-9.
Yep.
But I'm also a realist that I can admit that the defense quit.
At a point, yeah.
And our defense
Never did.
did not, but also gave up some plays that they shouldn't have, because they cheated and they gambled because they didn't think a pass would be completed. Okay? So that scares me with Detroit. I'm taking the Bucks because I will never pick against my team.
You can't in good faith. You can't call yourself a fan and do that.
Nope.
You can't. No matter what they say. If you are a diehard, you better ride with them till they die.
100%. But I will tell you, as a bettor, I'm going to lay money on the Bucks plus the points.
Oh, yeah, you have to. Absolutely. Because Correction. When we win, you lay on the points, you lay just on the game itself, you cashing out on 2 tickets right there. And let's say we don't win and we lose by like 2 or something, which we won't. I'm a preface. You make your money back.
What do you think about CJ Gardner's comments?
It's almost as confusing as that one reporter asking Todd Bowles if he was ready for the elements in Detroit. Like,
if you guys haven't seen it, a reporter, throw it up there.
Yeah. It's going to be right here somewhere. We're going to give you a couple seconds to watch it, and I'm going to cut it down to the parts that matter. But this is what they said.
13 in Detroit, which doesn't compare to some of the temperatures we tend to talk to. Any special plans to acclimate the team to not only endure but perform in those kind of frigid temperatures should you face them in Detroit?
You do know we play indoors, right? And they got a dome. I don't.
Okay, now after hearing that, tell me what you think about Detroit and the weather that they're going to have.
The Tampa Bay Buccaneers are going to play in beautiful weather, 70 degrees.
Yep. Perfect sunny LED lights, and
But-
zero chance of anything.
But that reporter was worried about how cold it was going to be
And Todd Bowles told her,
for the 20 seconds.
yeah, for 20 seconds when we get off the bus, that's how cold it's going to be. It was almost as confusing as that because
Do you remember what CJ said?
yeah, he said that we have a very good team and
Great players. If only we had a quarterback.
If only we had a quarterback.
Because we have Mike Evans,
Chris Godwin, and Russell Gage. And I love Russell Gage. I'm a big Russell Gage fan. But like Baker said, where has he been all year?
He's been helping the receivers, helping the team out, but he hasn't played a snap.
That's what I'm saying. He's been on the sidelines with the team, always with the team player. Again, love Russell Gage.
I just don't need Baker to do too much.
No, I don't think he is.
Be Baker.
Yeah, I think Baker's outgrown that. And listen, Baker, you could make me look dumb. I'm still gonna ride with you, I promise. But you could make me look dumb on Sunday. But I'm gonna tell you this right now. I think that you're a different player. I think you're a different man. You have a baby on the way. You're about to be a dad. So I think that it's finally settling in that you got to kind of put people before yourself and put the team before yourself. And I don't think you're going to let those comments affect you.
I'll be the first one to say I was skeptical.
Yeah.
And regardless of what happens on Sunday, that dude deserves to be re-signed by Tampa Bay.
I'm going to say this right now. And we're running low on time, but I'm going to say this right now. I believe it was 2017. I begged you to put on the Browns and Jets game because I had a feeling something was going to happen and Baker Mayfield was going to start. I believe it was week 2 or week 3, Thursday Night Football. I begged you to put it on. And you made all the jokes. You're like, oh, that's your boy, huh? That's Baker, huh? That's your boy. And it is just so funny because I owned it. I was like, yeah, that's my boy. He may not be on my team, but that's my boy. Come to find out, he has the opportunity to not only win over everybody in Tampa, he's already done that, but cement himself in the legacy that is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers by taking us to an NFC Championship game. In a game where we shouldn't even be here because Brady left, we lost all the good pieces. I'm getting chills just thinking about it, knowing that 6 or 7 years ago, I watched that game with wide eyes, seeing how great he was, throwing picks, doing whatever. You called him my boy. He is my boy. He is Tampa Bay's boy, and he is going to be here for a long time. We're going to re-sign him. We're going to find a way to do it. We're going to push money back. We're going to do whatever we have to do to get him back because he is playing at a Pro Bowl, All-Pro level, not only on the field, but up here as well. And that's something he didn't do in Cleveland. And I'm so glad he's doing it for us.
All right. So you heard it from Junior, my son, Baker's his dog, his boy.
Yep.
I love it. I love it. But to wrap this all up, if everything goes Junior's way, we have the Texans traveling to Buffalo in the AFC Championship game. And then we may have Green Bay traveling to Tampa for the NFC Championship game. Tell us what you think and make sure you subscribe right here. See you next week.